Reasonable Doubt feels like a jazz album. It plays out like a jazz record. Like it feels like a jam session.
This is Reasonable Doubt. This is the album that is the reason why I'm here.
Yeah.
This is what we're doing.
Everyone wants to be remembered. Most men chase money. Some chase power. A few chase immortality. In 1996, a kid from Marcy Projects put his life on trial. Every verse, every confession, every lesson became evidence. 3 decades later, the case remains unsolved. Was Reasonable Doubt simply a great debut? Or was it the birth of the greatest rapper of all time? On this episode, First Class Regg and Taurian B reopen the file. No myths, no nostalgia, just facts. Case 283, The People versus Reasonable Doubt.
Okay, I'm reloaded. Order in the court.
Welcome to another episode of Rap in Order. I'm First Class Regg.
I'm Taurian B.
And we're, if you're not in New York, we're in the middle of a legendary weekend, I would say.
Yes. The most legendary. Everybody in America has FOMO right now because what we get to experience,
Yeah, bro. A lot of people flew in. My cousin texted me like, yo, you there? And it was like right in the middle, and I sent him a video. June went tonight.
Okay.
June went tonight. So listeners, if you're listening to this, the tonight that I'm referencing is the extra inning show, the final bow. That we didn't attend that one, but we attended the Friday show, which is what we'll get into a little bit. Which also,
arguably, many are saying was the best show of the first.
Yeah. Which on paper it would look like the Blueprint show was better. I mean, because we got Eminem, got Slick Rick, and who else came out? It was somebody else.
Alicia Keys did the close.
Yeah.
I can't think. I'll be honest with you. I can't recall. I know Eminem was like the big surprise.
Yeah. But yeah, it was some big names attached this whole weekend, and then today, by the time you guys see this, there'll be more names that get pulled out the hat because extra innings is so up in the air. It could go either way. Like you could get a combination of people that we saw first 2 days, or you could just get a completely different set of people. I mean,
right.
Cole has incredible
connections,
relationships over the years. So 30 years, man, it's gonna be crazy. But yeah, how's your weekend been? Outside?
It's been great. So my cousins they're from Queens but live in Atlanta now came up with my mom, and like and Sarah, we all went to the game together. We rode the 4 train up to Yankee Stadium and everything like that. We got the whole like New York experience on the train, and majority of the people that were on the train with us were all going to the show. That was like really great. A couple highlights were that like obviously Sarah's never been to a JAY-Z concert.
Yeah, okay.
Experienced that with her, and then me and my mom have been to concerts together because my mom took me to my first concert. She took me to see Crisscross when I was a kid at Madison Square Garden. It was a full circle moment because when I was 10, Reasonable Doubt and It Was Written were 2 albums that her and my stepdad, like they had like CDs in their room, and because like I saw the posters everywhere for both of those albums, those were 2 albums that I listened to that I wasn't supposed to. But I understood that both of them were important because I knew who Nas was because he was always talked about, but I was a kid.
Yeah.
And then JAY-Z, I knew he was
fucking prodigy.
Yeah. And so for JAY-Z, I knew who he was because I'm from 1199, Dame Dash is here, and they had the guerrilla marketing that they did for Reasonable Doubt when JAY-Z was on the come up was insane to see for a 9-year-old me. Because mind you, I gotta remember before Reasonable Doubt came, I turned 10 that July. Reasonable Doubt came out that June. So a 9-year-old kid just seeing these posters everywhere, and then like you see the Lexuses in front of my building and everything like that. And then, all of these guys, they grew up with Dame, so Dame had a lot of people from my building on the team. So, like seeing them or like seeing like the videos and being like, oh snap, that's Radu that be with like with Dame, or like all of these different people from my building in the videos that they're shooting for Rockefeller artists, because there were other artists, also on that team. So again, like I said, like it was a really cool moment for me and my mom to be able to rap Feeling It together. That was the one song like that I didn't get in trouble for like enjoying as a 10-year-old kid. So being able to rap Feeling It together was like probably like my highlight. And then when he came out and performed at Presidents, I met up with my boy L, and Reg, I think you can understand like that was a very, very like significant thing, because my boy L, he does what he does, and I was around him in like the infancy of his career, and we listened to a lot of music in the car. So being able to like just look at my mans and like just be like, nigga,
Yeah,
I remember we were sharing like Chinese food and Haji sandwiches and shit, and you was like grinding, like, so it was very, very cool to like I was just running around the arena like trying to find people that I knew. My cousin Timothy from Alabama came all the way up here, and like I got to see him. Yeah, I got a cousin. Like, remember I was telling you he had a comedy show.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It was supposed to be the 11th, right? Yesterday.
Yeah, he had. Yeah, it was yesterday, but like yesterday was just too busy. But he's coming back. And I'm trying to link him up with Mouse, because I'm trying to get him to do dead ass comedy as well. So like I got to see him. I saw my boy Wes. I saw Regina. We both had on the Rockefeller jerseys. Long story short, Monday was incredible. And then last, my mom was so emotional when Blue Ivy came out.
Really?
Yeah, she was so emotional. She was like, "We watched that girl grow up."
Yeah.
I mean, he calls her Azul. I was like, yeah, Azul. That's blue in Spanish, man.
Yeah. that was a moment. That was a moment, because I remember where I was when Blue Ivy was born. It's just just cultural thing.
It's crazy, right? That we know. Like, I wondered, is she like creeped out when he'd be like, "Yeah, I know what hospital you was born." Like, what? I mean, I just casually said that to you.
Your family, your parents low-key made us part of this, and we've been following your parents' careers your whole life. So like it's cool as hell. And then I remember a few moments after she was born, I feel like it was hours, JAY-Z dropped Glory. Yeah. And now a couple days, well, actually the next day after this Reasonable Doubt concert, he put Glory on streaming services for the first time.
Yeah.
Which I didn't realize wasn't on streaming services, because it's been on my phone.
Yeah, it's been on my phone since it came out. I was like, oh.
It's just been there. So that was cool too. But anyway, we'll get into unpacking all of that stuff, and it'll naturally lead into this album that we're getting into today. It's kind of crazy. Like when you mentioned this album, I didn't realize that we hadn't done this shit. I feel like
I think I had the intention of saving it, and it just never came. I think I was saving it for a significant time, like for a live show. I wanted to do it for a live show, but I was like, this is like the perfect time to do it now.
Yeah.
Since we went to the first show, it just kind of like divine, like it feels like perfect timing.
Yeah, man. So yeah, without further ado, I mean, the album that we're getting into today is Reasonable Doubt. We kind of had this point as an inevitable. JAY-Z, 1996, celebrating 30 years of Hove, and this album coming out, like, I mean, you shared your take on like when it came out. Like for me, when it came out, I think I've talked about this before in the past at some point, of like not really having the full recollection of this run for him in real time, because I had been back for like a year, like less than a year or less from Cameroon, and I didn't get into JAY-Z until Volume 2, like fully into him until Volume 2. Then I went back.
Yeah, most of our age group has that same the experience that you have. Most of our age group has, not to cut you off. Like it, I felt like an old man on Friday Like,
Yeah.
because so many. I saw a lot of dudes from my building that came to the show on Friday too, and they saw me and they was like, pointing at me. They was like, "Yo, you, yes, you belong here because you definitely know the lyrics." So I was like,
Yeah.
this dude from my building, his name is Delroy, and he was like a younger dude to my mom, but like Delroy knew that like I used to follow behind. He was like, nah, you definitely was on Reasonable Doubt when you wasn't supposed to be. You was
Like,
definitely
nah, he got the juice. He should be here. Yeah. Relax. I fuck with that. It's funny because so far, and I know we keep going to the show, but bear with us, guys. Friday and Saturday, the energy was so different from what I saw. Cause Saturday is like, it was so hype, right? Like, because, you had Eminem, you had like it, and the crowd is more familiar with Blueprint. I feel like Blueprint was stadium friendly than Reasonable Doubt. So that's what made me look at Reasonable Doubt and like, damn, huh?
on paper.
Yeah. But like, that's what made me look at Reasonable Doubt like, damn, like, niggas, he really got niggas in here rapping word for word, friend and foe. Like, that's coming of age. Like, that's big, yo. That's really something. Like, people is just in here rapping. Then the energy too. You got an album like this. I think for Blueprint, like, women were more interactive with it. With Reasonable Doubt, niggas is not screaming. So like, if you looked around, because I was looking around, and the crowd was pretty like chill, but rapping. Everybody was engaged, but Blueprint was when you heard like the crowd pop. Like, there's crowd popping moments on Blueprint. So I think that was the big difference between the two nights. Yeah, it was funny because like I took Val, I took her, and I've been lying to her about the show the past couple weeks. Just like, yo, we're going on a date, blah blah blah, take you out. And then she's like, oh, where we going? How should I dress? This and that. And I'm like, yo, you got to meet me here. She's like, the Bronx? Like, dates. We never go on dates in the Bronx. Like, I'm not opposed to it, but that's interesting. Like, what's the spot? Where we going? I'm like, all right, so this is a little speakeasy I found. And she's like, okay, so I could dress up. I'm like, actually, no. Wear like something loose and some sneakers. She's like, what? Like, what kind of speakeasy is not? I'm like, yo, just trust me. That was the way of like disarming her, so I get no more questions. Like, yo, just trust me. It's like,
just trust me. Smart.
Okay. It's like, all right, I'll trust you. And it turned out great. She loved it. She had a great time. A lot of the songs on Reasonable Doubt, I was like schooling her on, because Reasonable Doubt is not her pocket, but like, she's more obviously Blueprint, and Black Album. Black Album is like her holy grail. That
makes sense. I can see that. I was talking to Sarah after the show, and I was like, the reason to me why the album like went over so well at the live show, I mean at the Yankee Stadium, the Reasonable Doubt feels like a jazz album. It plays out like a jazz record, like it feels like a jam session. So, in a large stadium, if you would think that it would do better intimate, right? But it actually does really well in a stadium because like everybody's kind of like, it kind of puts everybody in like a mood, and it has like a constant feeling throughout the whole way. Yeah. The Blueprint definitely on paper looks like it's a stadium album, but for me personally, I watched JAY-Z Unplugged again. Certain songs do better in intimate settings for Blueprint than in a stadium setting. And I think that the reason, like, because he didn't really, when he made the album, he was in a different headspace, and like he was kind of like in battle mode and like very braggadocious. So, like, prime example, on night 2, he didn't perform Takeover. Yeah. Well, he performed the first verse, and then like he kind of did like, he kind of blended it in, and then when Eminem came out and they performed Renegade, and then he did Lose Yourself, they added the Takeover beat into it. Yeah. But it just didn't work because it's not the same energy. If you watch JAY-Z Unplugged, like, you see how the energy's going, and I just strongly feel that it's the reverse. I feel like Blueprint is better for intimate settings, and I feel like Reasonable Doubt was proven that it's actually a stadium album. It's just a stadium album for a certain kind of age group.
Okay, yeah, I mean that did prove it without a doubt. That proved it. I just think music wise, it doesn't like it's not one of those things that you hear it like you know how I feel like we didn't get familiar with like stadium status albums, or at least me, until graduation when Kanye made Graduation, because that was his intent, making something that would like boom, like there will be.
Because we didn't really listen to rock music like that. We wasn't listening to Rolling Stones.
Yeah. So like for hip hop,
yeah, right.
With that till Graduation. So when I hear a song, when I hear an album like this, and you hear JAY-Z, Biggie Smalls, nigga, shit your drawers, like that's like hip hop, like it's But he kind of broke the mold performing something like this over there. But anyway,
he's. I think all the old niggas in rap really need to thank JAY-Z, because you're right. He's literally resetting the rules of hip hop.
Yeah.
Like, saying like it's not only a young man's sport. Like if you stay in shape, like did you notice that? Did you notice that how Hov got in shape? He looking like you, right?
Yeah, bro. He
had pecs. I'm like, wait a second.
Yeah. Now
like, like Hov's doing diamonds,
right? She's trying to be like JAY-Z looking good. I was like, yeah. All right. She's like, JAY-Z looking good. I'm like, okay. But no, he looks great, man. Everybody about to be going on their power walks.
Yeah,
because that's what he be doing in the summer. He'd be on them power walks, and it was making fun of him at first. Now
Julius be like having him do the diamonds, like all this. That's the diamond push up.
Yeah. Like here, his upper arms, his chest is full. Them paper planes, plain white tees is flying off the shelf now.
Yeah, bro.
People getting into it, but yeah. So Reasonable Doubt. This sets the tone of JAY-Z's career, right? Because I feel like, this is 14 tracks. I think a lot of JAY-Z albums are 14 songs. So for a long time, that was a standard for me, where it's like, 14 songs gets it done. Like that's it. And this kind of helped build that standard. This album kicks off with obviously Can't Knock the Hustle with Mary J. Blige, which we were talking in a group chat the other day, and you made a good point, because so going back to the show, Beyonce comes out, and this is the second time that she's done that, where she fills in for Mary. So in 2006, which you was also at, right? The Radio City.
Yep.
You brought up a point the other day where it was like, obviously Beyonce sounds good, but I think we're overcritical of how Beyonce sounds, because she sounds fucking amazing. And part of the reason why, part of Mary's lure is that she's not a perfect pitch singer. Like like you feel what she's singing because of it though. So it works. And you don't really feel Beyonce's in the same way. But it's like, it's Beyonce. There's a lot that speaks to it, right? It's Beyonce standing in for Mary. It's Beyonce and JAY-Z. It's fucking Beyonce. It's just like, that's enough in itself, right? So like seeing her is a buzz. Yeah. So when she came out, it was like, holy shit, she's here. And like the lead up of her coming out was dope.
And her energy was fire too. Like you could tell she excited. Like, it's like, I really have a strong, I could be wrong, but I think that after all of the bullshit that happened with 444 and then they had the twins, I think that JAY-Z really had like a moment where he was like, I need to reassess how I'm doing this life shit. And I think he really dedicated himself to being a husband. Like, obviously he still worked and like did things and shit like that, but like I think he really dedicated himself to being a husband and being a dad, right?
Agreed, yeah.
He was super supportive of Beyonce and what she was doing, and like, doing all of those things. And you could tell that she was excited for him getting his moment, especially because she's aware how important Reasonable Doubt is to him.
Yeah.
So that was fire.
Yeah, I thought that was dope too. I think this is gonna kick off a theme for them. Obviously B-Day is coming out. The 20-year anniversary is this year.
I might go to bro.
You think what?
I'm thinking about going to London.
I'm thinking about that shit too. But what is that? Early September, right?
September 4th.
Yeah. That's her birthday.
Yeah.
So that might be crazy. I am thinking of
bro.
Huh?
The floor seats at that arena is only standing. I mean, at that stadium is only standing, but they're only like 200.
Oh wow. Yeah, man. I'm thinking about it. I'm gonna talk it over. I am thinking about it, and I know she wouldn't be opposed if I brought it up. But yeah. So Can't Knock the Hustle is a classic. Like it's so fucking. It's just every version of it. But sorry B, I do love the Mary version more. It just speaks a little more. We get the story about Mary. Mary said, "Huh?
Tell the story. Yeah, go ahead."
Well, no, Mary did bring up in the past about like how she was paid for this, which was like in a brown paper bag. She was like, "Yo, that's just what it was at the time." I think she got like $4,000.
Yeah,
brown in a brown paper bag, like, and just did what she had to do. Mary was a rising star at the time. Like she was like that girl. So like for her to had a vision to do this because she connected with it already, like already spoke a lot.
That was a bar for a minute. Like I got a song with Mary J. Blige, my nigga. Like that was a song. I mean, that was a bar for a lot of. That was a goal. That was like a litmus test. Like there's certain things that you're supposed to do, like as a rapper, like date an R&B chick and get a feature from Mary J. Blige. Yeah, that was something. Like that was like a goal. I think that one thing Jay-Z slept on, his opening lines are amazing.
Mm-hmm. They are.
I'm making short-term goals, win the weather folds. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that. Like, come on. Like, just put away the leathers and put on ice on the go. Chili with enough bail money to free a big Willie. High stakes. I got more stake than Philly. Like him. Like his opening lines for this album, for a lot of the songs are like iconic.
Yeah.
And like gives you the perfect visual for like what a hustler is. Mm-hmm. Like when you like most hustlers, like they stay all winter, like like they grinded. In the summertime, jewelry come out, the nice cars come out, they start shining, wearing the jewelry, the watches and all that. Like that's like a thing. Grind all winter, shine all summer.
Mm-hmm. It's dope because part of it's interesting because part of the lore of this album that they always talked about was that he was 26, because at the time that was considered like kind of old. People was making it like in their early years, like you compare in comparison to somebody like Nas, who was 17 when he recorded Illmatic, and then some of the other people that were on the younger side. And
24 and 25 when he died.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and he was and his arrival was 26. So he always, in most interviews, likes to say, "Yo, it took me my whole life to make Reasonable Doubt. Like I was 26, blah 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 blah," which is a great selling point. But you look at today, and that's like just the average age. Like it's just pretty normal now. Like but I think part of that is because the kind of music that people are making are not like this anymore. Like it's not, people are chasing hits, people are chasing moments. There's TikTok content, there's virality, there's a lot of other things in the way than focusing on making a centerpiece of an album at before you're 30.
Yeah, I agree. I always loved that he said that. Like it took me my whole life to make this album, so this is why your first album typically should be your best album.
Yeah.
Because to that, like, you kind of like on like a roller coaster ride. Like it bugged me out to think like, yo, Blueprint was released 5 years after Reasonable Doubt. Like if you look at it, like Jay-Z changed so much in that time frame from like who he was when we first saw him till 2001.
Yeah,
like, everything changed like about him. Like the sophistication just got like higher and higher. Like even like how shy he was in the beginning, early on, and how comfortable you could see him becoming and his when he's talking to people and stuff. So
Yeah.
I really like took that and was just like, okay, like Jay really, we really watched Jay grow up, but it's just that he was a grown man at that time. But like it just evolved, like learning more about him. Like I remember when I found out that Jay-Z liked Seinfeld, like that was such a big deal to me. That like he was a fan of like dry humor. I didn't think that people like that could like shows like that. Like I always felt like ashamed, like when I would tell my friends, like, yeah, when I at night on Channel 11, I just watch, any show that comes on, and Seinfeld mainly comes on, like Friends comes on. Like, telling your friends you watch that show, they're like, yo, why you not watching more than the Fresh Prince? I'm like, well, I watched that too, but
yeah. Like I'm fucking.
Finding out he did, like I was like, oh, this you can't say shit to me now, like
Yeah. He made it okay to embrace a lot of things.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah. So the second song on this, Politics as Usual, I think every so often, I think it's my favorite song on this album. Cause it's just that the sample, from the Stylistics, Hurry Up This Way Again, it's just so, it's like they ripped the sample and they kind of just put it on repeat, like the way it flows. It's produced so fucking well, and I like the way he uses it in his shows too.
Yeah, bro. Like this is another song where I feel like another great opening verse, like opening bars, and I think that he really like. I'm telling you, the A&R that was done to this album, like I hope that somebody does take the swing and like make a movie and like literally like structure the movie around this album. Like I know like there's the actual show Reasonable Doubt, and they use a lot of the album's names in the themes of the episodes. But like I would like to see like somebody make a coming of age story about a street hustler based off this album and use the album as a soundtrack. Obviously, Jay-Z and his team would probably have, take over full rights of doing it, but I would like to see it.
Yeah, Jay-Z so attached to this album, he would want to be on set every day.
Oh yeah, every day, every little part. I know.
I need to be there every day. I need to see what the fuck y'all doing, and I don't blame him. This is his baby. Yeah, Politics as Usual is a flawless record. It's just it's so good. I never get tired of hearing it. And like you said, it the opening is just so good because the way the beat drops out to put his voice in, and me through. It's just magnetic. It's incredible. I love that.
Think about this. This album was an independent album. And they put this money up themselves, and the production is like you would think that like they definitely had the backing from a label for this album,
right?
Like they just had distribution, like they did this themselves.
Yeah. And yeah, that is interesting.
Essentially, this would have been for some artists. This would have been their demo.
Yeah, and he gave this as his album. Yeah. They sold 43,000 the first week, which back then is a huge flop. Yeah. And today is like, yo, 43,000, all right, it's not bad.
Physical copy, 43,000 people went out to buy your album first week. Yeah, like now, it's crazy, right? Yeah.
It's not, puts it in perspective of like the music game has changed so much. SPs and everything, but yeah, that takes us obviously into Brooklyn's Finest. Brooklyn's Finest features Biggie, the Notorious B.I.G.
Yes, sir.
What a moment. I think the biggest, produced by Clark Kent. Rest in peace to Clark Kent. I think the biggest thing, my biggest gripe with this song is probably the chorus, because the chorus is like, Jay-Z and Biggie Smalls, nigga, shit your drawers, Brooklyn, like it's just,
You gotta remember, like Biggie was like they were young, so I think like we forget that, but it's so funny. I think this is the one thing on the album that kind of didn't age well.
Yeah,
because back in the 90s, like this was the shit. But it's like now, like hearing that shit your draw, it's like, why you what?
Yeah,
What is that? Yeah,
yeah.
I get it.
That's
get
really what it is. Other than that, who you think Biggie got him on this?
Nah, I think Jay did. I think Jay did his big one with Biggie on this. But
I think Big got him on this, but he got Big on Love the Dough.
on Love the Dough, it's
Yeah.
funny because this song is the song where like when Biggie and Jay both realized they don't write, but Jay went in there. Jay was sharper because Jay went in there and rapped and then write nothing down, and Biggie went home and then came back and laid his stuff down. But I also thought like that it's just how they had instant chemistry, how they was able to like already like do the stuff where they finish each other's lines and the raps and do everything. Like it was a real collaboration.
Yeah,
and I think that was cool how like Biggie had so much respect for Jay and he didn't have to. Like Biggie was Biggie. And like he showed Jay like a lot of respect and Jay was unproven. You know, I don't know like what made him take to him, and that I thought that was like the coolest part. Like Biggie basically was just like, yo, like I think you dope, and like they just built the friendship off of that.
Yeah, because Jay was
Jay was kind of Jay could have been perceived as like a failed rapper if you think about it, because at that time, like you know, Hawaiian Sophie, like him, he was with Jazz already. He was around, he was known, but you know, I think that was cool, right? That they had that relationship. And they were cool to the point where like there's stories that Dame and Biggie would hang out together and Jay and Big Un would hang like it was like they like intertwined the crews. And I think that really like cause there's like a funny story where this is funny. There's a story about Dame where Biggie and Dame were having a drinking contest. Obviously Biggie's a massive man, but Dame said, yo, I can outdrink you, I can hold my liquor better, and Dame didn't. So they said that Dame got so drunk that like he basically was telling Biggie like, yo, you my favorite rapper. Like wild and telling Biggie like, yo man, I love you, yo, Jay's my man, but yo, it's a real honor that you rapping, you know, doing this song with me. Like I always wanted to meet you. Like basically Dame told his feelings. And like apparently the next day, them niggas roasted Dame. And Dame was so mad that he just like started being an asshole to Biggie and Big Un, and they were like, "What? Like, nigga, you just tell us the other day how much you love us."
Or like, nah, I gotta balance this out. It's crazy.
But yeah, they said that like like you gotta mind you, Dame was way skinnier back then. Like going up to Biggie, this 300-pound man, 6'4" man, saying I could outdrink you was crazy.
But no, sipping on Crystal.
Yeah, man, like that was great, and I love how much lore and story it is behind this one song that they had together. I just thought it was dope.
Yeah,
one regret is that like the footage. I think there's like a little bit of footage of them performing together, like 'cause they both got on the silk Versace shirts and shit. Like, I think it was that birthday party.
It's in the album packaging for My Lifetime.
Right. Yeah. I wish that there was footage of it.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Hov has it and he's just sitting on that. I think we're gonna get a lot of JAY-Z content this year, and I'm really happy about that. I know he has his documentary coming out. This moment at Yankee Stadium that he's having these 3 days are too colossal for him to not package this as something down the line. True. I think he probably has behind the scenes cameras leading up to this. Like, we're gonna get proper video of him cutting his hair. Like, it's good. We're about to see a lot, and I think he said that all offense thing for a reason. Like, we're gonna see a lot of JAY-Z outside this year and into next year. And if he doesn't announce an album soon, I feel like he's gonna announce something before his show that he's doing in London, and then maybe the show in London is like a whole new show. I can't see him going all these places and just touring this, just this content. It's gonna be some new shit too.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my prediction though. But yeah, Brooklyn Finest takes us into Dead Presidents. What can you say about Dead Presidents? Dead Presidents 2, I should say. What can we say about that hasn't been said, right? Like, you got the Nas sample. So funny because he obviously really respected and loved Nas, and then we know like 5 or so years later they was beefing. And And that's why, I sampled your voice. She was using it wrong. That whole thing. And then it made me think when I was revisiting this shit, and I was like, this is so funny. This is like what Drake did, because he used to fucking love Pusha T.
Right.
And when he had his mic and was like, yo, yeah, I bought your mic or whatever. So just trying to get ahead of whatever the diss is gonna be. Like, yo, nigga, you used to fuck with me. Like, how are you dissing me now? And Jay saying, like, I sampled your voice, you was using it wrong. I used to always love that line. Like,
he's like, yo, man, you really dope, but I can make you hot.
Like, I'm voice wrong? How you telling me how I'm using my voice? Like, it's so disrespectful and so layered. It's so good. But yeah, Dead Presidents 2.
Can you imagine what it would have been if Jay-Z's debut album had Biggie and Nas on it though?
And Nas was supposed to be on Dead Presidents.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He ghosted Jay.
Yeah, ghosted him.
Yeah,
that's where that animosity started building up.
Yeah, I think, and I'll be honest with you, my theory is that Raekwon and Ghost told him, like, yo, fuck that nigga. Fuck him and Biggie.
Why is that your theory?
Because Raekwon and Ghost were always in Nas's ear, and they also didn't fuck with Biggie. Like they felt like Biggie and Jay was like biters. I don't know why, but Ghost and Ray just had like a disdain for Jay.
Yeah.
So, and they just like, you know, that skit Shark niggas talking about Biggie and shit. Like, for whatever reason, they had a disdain for them, and I just think that Nas mentioned like, oh, like, maybe I'm gonna do this dude Jay-Z album. They were like, yo, fuck that nigga, because they said like Nas was like agreed to do it, and then he just didn't show up to the session.
He just didn't do it. Interesting.
Yeah, because Dead Presidents 1 was, you know, the original one, but 2 it was supposed to be Nas.
That's so interesting. I think Nas. You think? Well, it's an obvious question, but I was gonna say, if Jay-Z and Nas go on tour, that would be insane. I don't know why they haven't done that yet.
It's probably just because, like, I think Jay is more of a fan than Nas, and I think Nas respects Jay, but I think Jay listens to Nas music versus Nas listening to Jay's music, and I just feel that for Jay, like, he's like, well, I'm Jay-Z, but like, I think Nas is just like, but we all know who, you know. I think it's an ego thing. But I wanted to ask you, who has your favorite freestyle over the Dead Presidents beat?
That's a good question. I was just gonna say this is probably one of the most freestyle beats. I really like the J. Cole one from the warm up.
Okay, J. Cole definitely has like one of the best ones. Believe it or not, so J. Cole did it twice. I really enjoyed Lupe Fiasco's freestyle over Dead Presidents beat.
Oh, I forgot about that one.
Lupe Fiasco has a really cool one. Did you know that LL Cool J has one over Dead Presidents beat?
I did not know that.
He does.
You know about Wayne's though, right?
Yeah, Wayne has a good one over the Dead Presidents beat. That was when Wayne was sharp. He ain't sharp no more.
Yeah.
Now Freddie Gibbs has a cool one. Kendrick Absol and J-Rock have one, but like, I think Kendrick could give a better one.
What about AZ?
Yeah, AZ has a fire one over that beat.
One.
And Drake has one too.
Yeah, Drake does have one. Yeah, man, it's one of the best beats to like freestyle to. Is that one? Other than that one, it's like what's this shit? You, Me, Him, and Her. Everybody freestyles to that.
Yeah, they do. I would sometimes I wish I could rap, bro.
Yeah. Dynasty, everybody freestyles to that shit. That's a good one. Yeah. But yeah, that's a question. I think it's such a coming of age like package to it. Lonnie Liston Smith. Did I say his name correctly? I believe that's his name. Why? Yeah, that's who the sample is from. One classic. And I like that he's packaging volume part 3. Did you get that vinyl?
I didn't get the vinyl for part of Dead Presidents. I didn't get the vinyl for Dead Presidents. I got the Jigga What, Jigga Who one.
Yeah.
I got that vinyl, and then I got the alternate cover for Reasonable Doubt.
The Target joint, right? Yeah. And I saw that he
No disrespect to anybody.
I know, right? You know, niggas used to shop at Target, niggas be like, what? Like, niggas be ready to fight. And then he just put out Hey Poppy the other day. That's cool.
Yeah. Might need to buy that one then.
Yeah.
That one.
Yeah. That's a really good one. But yeah, Feeling It. Featuring Mecca. A lot of people forget that Mecca was there on night 1.
He shouted her out.
Yeah. But like the way he did it, I don't think people really grasped that. If she was there, there was just too much. Blue outshine Mecca.
Yeah. He did.
Stage. It was just it was a lot. But it was dope that she was there.
Yeah, really, I agree. I think Feeling It, like that video is like so like ingrained in my head because it was just like it felt like it just like was chronicling a trip.
Yeah.
Like you watch it, it don't feel like a video. It feel like these niggas went on vacation and just put some footage together.
Man,
that was dope. I thought it was cool though. I was like, oh, this is dope.
It was really fucking cool. It almost looks like a documentary.
Yeah, bro. Like it looks like they just being followed around, and I just always thought that was cool. Like when I was a kid, BT Jams was just on, and like there was just a rotation of certain songs that was coming on that summer, and like this was one of the videos that got played a lot, and I just thought that was really cool. It was Ain't No Nigga came on a lot. And that was on Video Music Box like a lot, like always just get played. And I remember seeing it and being like, "Mom, isn't that the guy that's always yelling at people in front of the building?" Yes, that's Dane.
Yeah. It's so funny about with Ain't No Nigga because my mom used to love that song, but she loved it because of the video version because it would be censored.
Right, it was censored.
Yeah, she would listen to it, so she was like, you gotta buy me that, whatever. So I remember her having it because it was on the soundtrack. What's soundtrack was that on?
Nutty Professor, the first Nutty Professor.
Yeah, so she had the Nutty Professor soundtrack, and she was like, I bet, gotta play it, whatever. And I remember her playing it, and the chorus comes up like, "Ain't no nigga like the one." She was like, "Oh no," and like, no. Like she didn't like she would listen to music that's like not censored, but around us, it's like no. Turn that down. No, that's too much. That wasn't the thing.
So, I'm a piggyback off of that, right? So, when they were shopping this album, like they went to Leon Cohen, and Leon Cohen was like, "No, like Jay-Z, he's old. Like, I don't need this guy. Like, I don't need to sign another like." Big Daddy Kane already exists. We're not going, like, I don't need another guy that does this stuff. Who is this guy? So they had to like work something out because like they were really trying to get Jay on Def Jam. So then they were like, all right, well, why don't we do this? Like, why don't you like let him get the single for, and put the single, like this single is hot. Like this is a big deal. And they just signed Foxy Brown. So Leon was like, all right, cool. Like, if this is going to get like Foxy some, promotion or like get her out there, fine. But this Jay-Z guy, I don't care about him. The song, they put the song on the Night Professor soundtrack. The song blows out. The song is huge. Even though like, if you think about it, the song has nothing to do with the Night Professor album, but it's just the fact that like the song is popular, it's doing well. Then that opens the door for them to negotiate. And then that's how Jay and Dame and Biggs were able to get such a good ass deal because like, yo, we put this album out on our own. Like we helped basically boost the sales of your soundtrack. And granted, Foxy was on both of the lead singles. People forget that. He was on Touch Me, Tease Me, and Ain't No Nigga.
Yeah.
Right? So like basically they had like the conversation like, yo, we can do this on our own. We're doing you a favor by bringing our business to you. And that's how they were able to get the venture. I forgot what it was, like a joint venture that they got. So they basically got more distribution and they made more money off of their albums than the average person because like basically they weren't in the red coming in. Like they had their own money. They proved that they were able to fund their own albums, that they didn't need the label's money.
Got you. Ah, that's interesting.
Very cool, right? Like it's because in my head when I was a kid, I always envisioned Russell Simmons did that, but by that time, by 1996, Russell Simmons wasn't handling business at Def Jam anymore.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Founder wasn't the CEO anymore.
Founder was a
Brown was.
Yeah. I guess last thing on Ain't No Nigga, because I know we kind of skipped ahead, so we'll go back to
Feeling
the Eagles. We'll go back to the Eagles.
Oh, last thing about Feeling It, the song was originally for Camp Low.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the song was originally for Camp Low, but apparently Jay-Z really, really wanted the song, and so you know they obliged to let him have that song.
Oh shit!
Yes,
good move on them. I was just gonna share about Ain't No connecting to the show, because I was telling Val, I'm like, oh, he about to bring out Foxy Brown or whatever, right? And she didn't come out.
Same thing, yo. You and me both.
Yeah, and I thought about it after, and I was like, you know what? It didn't make sense for Foxy to be there. It didn't make sense because.
Tell me more.
So, even when he was performing Feeling It, in the moment when I was watching, I noticed that he wasn't cursing. He wasn't cussing when Blue was on stage, right? And Feeling It came before, what you call it? And with the way that he was performing his music, even if you look at like Blueprint, and you look at the songs that are like kind of like Playboy type Hove, where Hove was outside, he had to do Girls, Girls, Girls when he was like that was like outside Hove, but he's not that anymore. So it's like he did Girls, 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 but he weaved in 03 Bonnie and Clyde because it's still tied to Beyonce, right?
Right.
And then he performed that with Girls, Girls, Girls as the backdrop. So I was like, okay, I see. So, and then Big Pimpin', shit like that, he'll play the beat, but he not gonna give you too much of that because that's just not him no more.
Yeah, okay, gotcha.
You're not about to have Foxy out here talking about playing with her pubic hairs and all that shit. Like it's just not gonna be a thing. Even if you go back, I'll tell you this too. Even if you go back and watch Fade to Black, she was trying to dance on him while she was doing her verse, and he was backing up.
Yeah, because she was remembering old shit.
like, yo, this is yeah, like he's looking at her like this is not that no more. I think there's just a separation with that song for him. And he approaches it, it's just not the same. And she would have came out there and tried to straddle that nigga and got fucking and got tasered.
Touche, Reg. Okay, touche.
But yeah, so just to go back a little, I know we were about to land on The Evils, which is produced by DJ Premier. And he kind of masterfully leans in from Murder Was the Case from Snoop Dogg to help build out this beat and this chorus and everything. And it just fucking chef's kiss.
Yeah, that's what I wrote.
Yeah.
To me, this feels like the prequel to Allure.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. And I think this, Allure, and Fallen can all live in the same bucket.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, for sure. Like Fallen is like one of those songs for me.
Yeah, it definitely feels like those songs. Like he definitely channeled Carlito's Regrets.
Yeah, and Regrets. Those are all the same bucket.
Oh shit! All right. So hold on, real quick. The first persons that we hear on this album, and I'm sorry, we're all over the place. Pain in the Ass.
Pain in the Ass.
Pain in the Ass. Like really, like I really wish that Jay-Z had Pain in the Ass through the intro. For the show.
Yeah.
I feel like Pain in the Ass. Like sometimes like I daydream about it. Like yo, Jay is going to release like another In My Lifetime, like In My Lifetime Volume 4 or something like that. Like, and Pain in the Ass is going to come back and like he's going to do like an opening verse, like, you know, talking like for Jay-Z. And I'm just like, just do it, Jay. Like, come on, just do it. Like, just like,
yo, you remember a few years back when Pain in the Ass
doing
put
444.
Yeah. That's what that was?
Yeah, that was doing 444.
Okay.
He did something for Jay. They just didn't use it. He did something.
He did something for him. He recorded something. Everybody was hyped. Like, yo, what the fuck is he doing? I don't think Jay fuck with him no more. We don't really see them alive. He was at the show?
Yes.
Shit. What the hell? Why did he come out? That would have been cool as hell.
Bro.
Even something pre-recorded from him if he didn't touch. Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Like, I don't. Sometimes, I think sometimes, and I see this a lot with artists, like, there's certain things that their fans want from them, and like they're just unaware that it's even a big deal or it's important. Like, like how Jordan doesn't know the nicknames of his sneakers.
Yeah, he don't give a shit. We dress way flyer than Jordan.
Yeah, but like Mike doesn't know that his sneakers are called the flu games. He doesn't know that they're called the spit. Like, he doesn't know that.
Yeah,
and that's funny to me. Like, because a fan said something to him about pairs. He was like, "What are those?" At a camp, and he was like, "The 13s," and he was like, "Oh, y'all call them that?"
Yeah, that's all, and that's all marketing, man.
Yeah, man.
He pulls up and he's marketed.
Yeah, but but the Eagles, I think, it's a cautionary tale, and it's really something like that's like very like, okay, I get this story. I very much love it.
The corruption of like fame and success, and like anybody chasing it, to kind of have the foresight to talk about some shit like that on his first album, even though he was in the same position, but then also knowing all along, if we're to believe him, he wanted this to be his first and last album.
Yes.
Right? So talking about it from that, you got that angle where it's like, yeah, I'm in this, but not for long, because this shit ain't for me. But then coming out every year after that, going back to your point of like, yo, Blueprint was just 5 years after Reasonable Doubt, but his life and his the way he reinvented himself just was so fluid and so natural that these different eras feel like ages apart. It like I didn't take the time to process that this nigga was dropping the album every year.
Yep.
You know, in this day and age, that's just the norm.
He held this down, man.
Yeah.
In summers.
Yeah. Niggas dropped the album he dropped the album every year. People weren't doing that. He just was dropping. Boom, 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 boom. So, now it just speaks to the legacy, I guess, and the lore of JAY-Z at the same time, because it's like, yo, the nigga really dropped every year, and back then, before somebody like Future was dropping 3 projects in a year and all of this other shit, like it wasn't the norm.
Yeah. I also just wanted to like also mention, so like I'm like gonna go like step out of the album. Like 1996 was a dense year for music. Like we got All Eyes on Me, Nas, It Was Written, as we spoke about. Fuji's The Score, which sold like 10 million records, right? Ghostface Killer's Iron Man, Outkast, AT Aliens, The Roots, Illadelph, Redman's Muddy Waters. A lot of people like forget to talk about that album. UGK's Riding Dirty, A Tribe Called Quest, Beats, Rhymes, and Life, Mobb Deep's Hell on Earth, Busta Rhymes, The Coming. Let's see, who else? That like Master P's Ice Cream Man, Lil' Kim's Hardcore, Foxy Brown's Il Nana, and Snoop Dogg's the Dog Father. Like 96 was like a heavy ass year. So I just think like, damn, like when you look back, like Jay-Z put this project out, and I can argue outside of It Was Written, All Eyes on Me, and The Score, Reasonable Doubt is like one of the most significant albums that came out that year.
Yeah, and but Reasonable Doubt earned its stripes after.
Yeah, it earned its stripes after.
And those other ones were like immediately recognized. Like Busta Rhymes was a slow build. Like, The Becoming is just like, everybody fuck with Busta Rhymes, scenario leading up to his album. But like, yeah, it was a slow burn. And I don't think this day and age, slow burns don't really even exist like that anymore.
No, they don't. Slow burns don't exist.
Yeah, it's just, you get us or you don't. Like,
yeah, but like we really see, like, when people try to say, "Oh, Reasonable Doubt didn't sell shit," this man just sold out Yankee Stadium.
yeah,
Like, he don't like,
and
that tells you that right there. Like, people came and he only, like, it was for that album. A lot of artists can't do that. People like songs off of an album. No, every song, the crowd knew it. Like, it's just a significant thing to me. Like, it really hit home.
Yeah, he set the palette for the expectation on night one. He said, "Yo, this is Reasonable Doubt. This is the album that is the reason why I'm here.
Yeah,
this is what we're doing." Even when they go off course at the end, and Guru put on "You Don't Know," he was like, "No." That's night two.
I wish we would have got that,
though. I know.
Yeah. But I also say, like, it made me wonder, like, are like, and I mean stadiums. Like, we know, like, a lot of artists can do arena. I wonder artists that could do some of their albums in stadiums and do like what JAY-Z did, like, and make it like a moment. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, some people be like, "Oh, that's a no-brainer," but it's like, no, is like, this is like, that's hard.
Oh, absolutely, Kanye could do it for College Dropout.
Oh yeah, Kanye could do it, absolutely, like, no question. Kanye absolutely could do it. Like, do just solely one album. I would actually prefer that.
Yeah, you don't think Drake could do it for Take Care? I think he could.
Yeah, I think he could. Yeah.
Man, I think
Take Care. He can't and So Far Gone.
Yeah, he could do it for So Far Gone. It won't have the structure of Take Care, but it will be really dope.
I think if Drake does it, I think Drake should actually, if he does So Far Gone, it should be more intimate. It should be a smaller venue. But thinking of for Take Care, it should be an arena.
Yeah. An arena, a stadium.
Yeah.
An arena, stadium.
No, sorry, stadium.
Yeah, he could. I think he could pull it out.
If he did what JAY-Z did and did it in Toronto, it would sell out all 3 nights.
Yeah, absolutely. Niggas would fly out to Toronto and do that for sure.
Yeah, like, I think that, and that's another. I think the artist should do it wherever they're from. Like, so
yeah,
like that. But let's see. Let's get back. 22 Tools.
Yeah, so fun. It's so fun on this album. A lot of people, I came to realize a lot of people didn't really fuck with 22 Tools like that.
Really?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I don't think people fuck with it like that. I still remember. You remember 44 4s?
Of course, I remember 44 4s. Yeah,
44 4s was a good one. I gotta find.
I didn't know that people didn't fuck with 20s. I just thought, like, because it's like that was like that's such like a clever thing that he did. Like, him being able to like rhyme, like, do that. Like, I like you just probably, I didn't know that. Nobody's ever said that to me.
I've seen a couple people that didn't really care for it, but it's such a good breaking point in the album, especially coming from Eagles. Going to 22 Tools kind of is a reset before we get into Can I Live, which is more lax and more like, it has more breathing room. 22 Tools is so good. It's such a lyrical exercise.
Yeah, exactly. And like, it's dope because 22 Tools was something that like he did, and it would like get people like excited when he would do it at shows and shit. Like, it was something that people would like ask for, like, do 22 Tools. Like, people knew he was going to do it, but like, it was still impressive. Like, that was like a thing. So I thought that was cool.
I love how he
on Wednesdays
when he performed this, because in the song he goes, "Oh, y'all niggas ain't heard that Tribe Called Quest." So like, when he performed this on Friday, he weaved in the "Can I Kick It" from Tribe Called Quest.
Right. Yeah,
that was good. That was good. Really, it was a lot of attention to detail in the way that they did this track list. So good.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Can I Live? Like I said, man. Rest in peace to Irv Gotti.
My favorite song on the album.
Yeah, it's such a it's it feels so rich, and I know he knows it because of the way he approaches it. His voice is a little more lax.
Mm-hmm.
He has that intro of talking like, what do you bring to the table? Like, well, we all for our lives. Like, it's just it's so fucking good. It's so good. It's the centerpiece.
Everybody can relate to it because, like, even if you're not a street hustler, you just like, even if you got a 9 to 5, I'm just like, yo, can I live, please?
Yeah.
like
this is how you sell this album. This song is a selling point for this album. For somebody that hasn't heard it, it captures everything. The messaging, the beat is luxurious, which also ties in the cover. The cover is luxurious. Like that, it's a centerpiece.
I agree.
A real centerpiece on this album. It feels great. And like the cost of success, like again, tying in what he talks about on feeling it, like, you know, and rather on the evils, like making these observations of success and betrayal and all of this stuff that comes with it, but also keeping in mind that this nigga is like, yeah, nah, I know I'm nice, but this about to be my last one. This my home run, even though I just came out, even though I just arrived. Right? Imagine that. Yeah, fucking classic. We already talked enough about Ain't No Nick.
All right, let's go straight to Friend or Foe. Friend or Foe, that's Iceberg Slim all day. Story is basically Jay's out of town.
Mm-hmm.
Niggas is plotting or whatever like that. It's kind of a cool depiction. Like have you ever seen the video for Friend or Foe?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I love the video because I'm like, oh shit, like it kind of paints that picture, and I kind of feel like that's why Hype Williams got part of the idea for Belly at with Ike Love going to Ohio, seeing what's up with them.
Yeah,
so I always thought about that. Like, yeah, I bet you Hype had that in mind when he was doing that shit. But yeah, like I always really like just enjoyed how he kind of like. You can hear his humor in the lyrics and on that one. So I always thought that was cool.
Yeah. And it also feels like a quick snapshot. Kind of like how Cashmere Thoughts feels to me.
Right.
And
the beginning of the song with Dame and them talking shit to each other.
Yeah. It feels fucking Dame, man. But it feels great on this album, and the placement. That's another thing. The placement on this album is really, really well done.
A&R the shit out of this album, Rez. Why do you think like, yo, ladies and gentlemen, I need y'all to understand this. Like, if y'all been rolling with us since day one, like, I'm a bit of a snob when it comes to albums. I feel like albums have to be perfect. I feel like every single thing has to be sequenced a certain way. Look at what the fuck my favorite album is. Like, think about like where we at with this project, like how it feels, how it flows. Mm-hmm. Just understand, like, I was given something that feels like it's perfect, it's flawless. There's not a fucking hair out of place. So think about that when I listen to other albums. I'm like, yo, I can't go down. It's literally like the first time you get in a car, you get into a fucking Phantom. After you get into that, you just don't want to fucking get into a RAV4.
That's a good example, though.
I'm saying, like, that's it. Like, I think that some people don't understand where I'm coming from, and I'm just like, yo, like this is how I felt. This is what my mom was conditioned to think an album should feel and sound like.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry.
I get it, man. I get it, bro.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I'm passionate. But what we got next? I got a story about coming of age. Do you know the story of coming of age?
Which story?
Do you remember Shaheem the Rugged Child?
Yeah. I remember Shaheem.
Okay, so Shaheem the Rugged Child was supposed to be who was on the song.
Really? No, that I didn't know.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. It was supposed to be Shaheem the Rugged Child. And I don't know what happened, like why it didn't work out. But it was brought to, like, I think they were like, the team was saying like, yo, Shaheem the Rugged Child should be who's on it because he was next up. And Jay was like, nah, I got this kid in my building. I kind of like want to fuck with him. Mm-hmm. And it's so crazy to me because I always thought Bleak was at least 20. But like Bleak was a kid. He was 14.
Hey, bro. I think that was a common misconception about Bleak. It wasn't until Bleak was coming to the forefront that he really started talking about how young he was.
Right. Yeah. Later on, it seemed like he wanted to be presented, like thought of or presented as older.
Yeah, because shit, you look at Volume 2, it opens with Handed Down. Like, and that's Bleak, where he's supposed to be passing the torch to Bleak. So it's like, that was the whole purpose. You know? So yeah, I get that.
Oh yeah, shit. Man. I thought that was cool. We all know Jay wrote Bleak's verse, so it's no question. It's okay. Bleak spoke about it. It's not like a secret. It's not something like.
But Bleak be dodging the shit out those questions sometimes, and I don't blame him. I think he's just like,
because it's funny because he'll acknowledge that Jay wrote verses for him, but then he'll be like, "But come on, I could write," and I definitely believe he wrote Just Fire. I 100% believe he wrote that.
Oh, absolutely. I think later in Bleak's career,
yes,
the one holding the pen. I just think that,
just like Bow Wow.
Yeah, I just think that Jay got him started, and that's okay.
Right.
Jay got him started, and he did his thing. So I mean, nigga had Hove as a teacher. Like, what? Flex that shit.
But like, hold on, I'm really gonna have to like reinforce shit in Maverick's room, bro, because right now, nah, he's not climbing right now. So right now, he was able to push the gate far enough to like where he's like just pulling shit. Hey man, that's in this room, and he's just throwing everything because he's pissed. He's so dramatic, yo.
Hey, yo, get me the fuck out of here.
Yeah, that's literally how he feels. But I'll be okay. So I'll be honest. Coming of Age is the only song that like I skip sometimes. It's still a great song, and I love the concept. But that's the one song where I just be like,
I love the beat. That beat is so beautiful.
I love the beat, but I just think because Bleak voice is so high pitched, I realize that it's just like it's just like an ageism thing. Like after a while, I'm like, and you can tell this Bleak's first time rapping.
Yeah, and his pitch, the pitch in his voice is so high.
Yeah, because when you find out he's 14, then you understand. And one thing I do think is cool is that back then when they would perform this song, like when he says yo here's $1,000, like Bleak would take the money and throw it in the crowd.
He would throw it, yeah.
So I always thought that was I always thought that was cool.
Yeah.
So what's next? Cashmere Thoughts, Iceberg Slim.
Yeah. Cashmere Thoughts. This is this kind of always reminded me when I heard it of like a DMX flow. You know how DMX has like this fun flow sometimes that he goes, I'm politicking with this chicken and wondering if I'm like it is very like I agree. And I see that in this flow. Like, so please, would you like it's a lot. It mirrors that for me.
This was Jay definitely getting into his pimp persona, like and then like he kind of like took it to the next level on Who You With. I really enjoyed like this version of Jay.
That's definitely in the pocket of Who You With. You're right. It's fun. It's fun. Bring It On. Bring It On, featuring Sauce Money and JAÐ-Z. Shout out to JAÐ-Z. He got his flowers on stage. I do like that when he brought him out, he knows the average fan in there probably didn't know who he was, so I'm glad he stopped to acknowledge him and be like, yo, if it wasn't for this man, I wouldn't be here today. Like, I wouldn't be on this stage today. That was dope. Yeah, that was really cool to see JAZ out there. And
full circle moment.
Yeah, where the fuck is Sauce Money? I thought he would be there. Where the fuck is Sauce?
I guess they didn't make it right. Like that was one of my. I was like, damn, bro. Like it's certain things. I'm just like, I guess you got to think over a time period. Like think about how many people 20 years ago that we probably talked to every day and we were really close with. And it's not that it was a falling out, but like we just be like, why would I talk to him today?
Yeah. I get it. But I mean, I guess maybe it's like you said, where these people don't know how big these moments could be, or they underestimate how big these moments could be. Because,
right,
shit, a lot of people leading up to this was like, yo, man, he got to bring out Sauce Money. And I saw a bunch of people saying that, and you know, it was a missed opportunity.
I really, but Sauce doesn't say bad about Jay per se, but we know that they don't mess with each other anymore.
Yeah. And then, you know, seeing him and Jazz, we know that they didn't always get along. I still, even though they bumped heads in the past, one of my favorite beef records, from back then was the I Get High. Some go at him. Jay doesn't go at him, but he's just there as a centerpiece to be like, yo, yeah, this is what you wanted. Like, niggas is, you know, you old, whatever, and like they just, Bleak is on his head, Siegel is there, like everybody is just dissing, and Jay is just talking. That shit was just so fly to be back then. But I'm glad they're on the other side of all of that stuff.
Me too.
Regrets is how we end off.
Perfect closer. What?
Yeah.
Come on, Regg.
Yeah. Regrets just sounds like there's so many lessons. There's so many, like, it's just so good. Like, you can just zone out. The beat is just so, like, the beat sounds like one of those, I don't know if you ever see like those TikToks sometimes where when they're doing like a freeze frame and it's like, oh, this person went on to do this, blah 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 blah, right? Like, regrets feel like it could be used in that vein. It feels like the other side of a success or the other side of a life. Like it just feels like that. I love the way it feels. I love the lyricism of it. His you know, Jay is so good at, he doesn't change the inflection in his voice too much, but you can still he still carries the emotion. I think one of the things that always stood out going back to like a song like Mama Loves Me, where he's talking about coming up, right? And then he says, clock sort me out, they didn't believe, and then he said, unless you was me, how could you judge me? I was brought up in pain, y'all can't touch me. But his voice cracks when he says that. And I used to always go back to that part, like, damn, yeah, he's really in his zone with this shit. So anytime I catch Jay being like vulnerable, it stands out to me. And Regrets feels like that the whole song. And a lot of times,
like until you said it, I didn't even think about, like, yes, you're right.
Yeah. And another song like that obviously is Lucky Me from Lifetime. But yeah, man, this is a perfect closer. You know, he stripped away, like, this album is filled with cool moments, transparent moments, some fly shit, all the things that a rapper wants to get across on the album, and he did it on his first one. And yeah, this is
I really this album, man. Like I think, like, is as you could tell, I'm giving you my rating. It's a 5 out of 5 waffles. This is a perfect rap album if you ask me. The album is so good. The Source got it wrong the first go around, and they had to come back and fix it and give it 5 mics because, you know, they messed up. I think that there's a reason why Jay-Z calls this album his baby, and is like, one, because it's his first album. It's the album that, you know, changed his life. But two, I think that the attention to detail for this album, I don't think that he's matched it yet. I think that, you know, on certain albums he might start out that way, and then, you know, things kind of get muddled because he has so much other stuff going on. But album is really, like, special and important to me, and I think for Jay it is also the same, where there's things that he'll never be able to get back with this album that he can get with other albums. Like, there was a time where Jay could walk places and not be recognized before this album came out. And I think that he holds on to that and he cherishes those memories. I think the stories, like, the story about when they went to Las Vegas, and that's how Emory Jones got the nickname Vegas Jones, when they went to Vegas Tyson fight and he won all that money. And they said that a part of that story is how they, got into the zone to make Reasonable Doubt. There's so many things tied to this project for Jay, memory wise. I think the lyricism that Jay showed on this album, like, was top tier. Like, a lot of his double entendres and a lot of his punchlines, like, were great. His storytelling, great. The production, it might have not been like some of like the most famous producers like how he's had on other albums, but production was perfect. And like I said, this was like a live jazz album. So seeing it perform live made little Taurian very happy.
Yeah, there's a lot of settings that this album just works really well in, and from what we learned, it works very well in a fucking
stadium.
I think what's so cool.
And I went last day, and I'll keep it a buck. I was nervous about how people would react to the album in the stadium, and I was happily, like, I was pleasantly surprised to be proven wrong that it worked in the stadium.
I think the safe side of it was that everybody that was there knew the vibes. It was already proven before, like, okay, he's doing Reasonable Doubt. Cool. If you still bought tickets, you know the vibes. So like that's what it was, and I'm glad it lived up to that. My rating is also a 5 out of 5. I think this album, I think he was so true to himself on this album. I think this album did such a good job with balancing who Jay-Z was and who he was becoming, right? So like 26 years old, considered old at that time. Think about the fact that for him, this was going to be one and done, and what he was trying to prove to himself. This was just to prove to himself that he could do it. Because up until that point, like he said, niggas was shutting doors in his face. He would come and nobody was trying to buy into what he was selling. And he still stood 10 toes down and did it. So like him doing it was just like, yo, let me just invest in myself and just prove to these niggas that I can do it. And we see, and it's a story that's been told time and time again, but it's not just in relation to Jay-Z anymore. Like a lot of artists are independent now, right? Like a lot of artists go the SoundCloud route because they can't get this deal the way that they want, or they getting doors shut in their face. And now there's way more outlets to just put your own shit out there, So like, we seen how it happens, and this album ties into some of those moments, even of today. Amazing album. I think me being in the stadium, hearing it live from him, heightens the lore of it even more. I would say for our listeners, viewers, highly recommend you revisit this album. Chances are, if you watch us, I'm sure you've heard Reasonable Doubt 1 or 2 times in your life. Go back to it, especially after a weekend like this. Go back to it. Go see what the fuss is about. See how you feel about it today. You'll take some new things from it. Guaranteed. That's what classics will make you do. I'm First Class Regg.
And I'm Taurian B.
And we're out of here.
Catch you guys next time.